Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. We are going to find Ellie. I'm only here for an hour, guys, and then I'm gone. Which I'll tell whoever shows up. But that's okay. We're gonna find Ellie. Look at all those items just sitting there. Being rude. Do, do, do. Okay, we're not gonna alright. We are going to put some stuff in here. Put something away. I'll deal with the money parts later. And the random pumpkin that I thought was a pile of starts and not just one pumpkin. But that's okay. Alright, let's go. Ellie, honey, I only have an hour to look for you, please. I want to fly. Yes. We want to use a Nook Mouse ticket. Fly away. Time for takeoff. Do do do. Do we have all of our audio working? We do. Okay, good. Okay. Do 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 do. Right there. Hello, Mr. Fossil. Oops, I gotta come the other way. There we go. We have a fossil. It'll probably be the only good thing on this island. If you are not Stella or Ellie, you better hide, because I'm going to beat you up with my shovel and bury you in the ground. Well, geez, I didn't mean you had to hide that well. I guess we can pick up shells while we look for the person. Hello? Hello? Oh, Nan. Oh, Nan, honey. I love you, but you're not the right person. Alright, let's get out of here. Hi, Nan. You're not who I wanted. I'm ready to go home. Yes! I'm always ready to go home, I'll be honest. I want to use Nook Mouse ticket. Time for takeoff. Mm-hmm. Well, hello, my lavender. How are you, dear heart? We're on a mission. We only have an hour. And that pink person is not who we want. I'm good. I thought I'd come on and search for Ellie for an hour before I go watch Ido. So that's what I'm doing. How are you? I want to fly. Lavender is here to help me look for elephants, which are really big creatures, and I'm not sure why it's so hard to find her. Hang on, Mr. Man. Yes, my tools are all ready. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling better, baby. That's sucky. Hey, Jules. How are you? I got scopolamine patches if you want one, Lavender. I wear them behind my ear when I have vertigo. Somebody throw out elephant food. Or a mouse. That is not my elephant. That's a hippo. Did you see my homepage for my YouTube? I made a song. And I didn't premiere it or anything. I just put it up as my intro song. But I don't know how many people actually go to my actual YouTube page, but you could go see it if you wanted to. Let's just say I'm not one of those calm and cozy sounding songs. It's definitely fitting for me. I did about half the lyrics, but I worked with Copilot on them because my brain kept freezing. And then I did the music with Suno. But I really liked the way it turned out. It took me like 3 days before I got what I wanted, because you could only do so many free ones. But I got it. Got one I liked, and I was like, okay. Hey, Shiloh! How are you, sugar? You know what? I saw this thing on Facebook the other day, and I was like, I'm going to talk about that next time I stream. Can I remember what the heck it is now? Of course not. It's gone forever. I'm going to start taking notes. Time for takeoff. Oh! I know what it was. Okay. Scenario for you guys. You invite your friend out for lunch. You get to the restaurant. And your friend orders like water and toast. It's literally on my front. Like if you go to the home, if you go to my main page, hang on. It should be like when I go to view my channel, it's showing. Oh, No, because I'm live right now, so it doesn't show right now. It shows when I'm not live. It shows up when I'm not live. It's the video that goes in that spot where the live stream is showing when I'm not live. Ah! No, we don't like her at all. She's Chucky's girlfriend. Oh! Oh, I love Bones! He's so cute. Okay, so you'll have to wait till after the stream, Lab, to go see it. So you invite your friend out for lunch. They sit down, you order a full meal, they're drinking water and eating toast. And you know, like, they haven't said anything, they haven't complained about coming out with you. They're just there to enjoy their time with you. But you know the only reason they're eating toast is because they're broke. Do you buy them food? Because in my world, when I say, hey, let's go get a hamburger, I didn't say, bish, how much money you have. I said, let's go get a hamburger. I'm not expecting you to pay. I'm expecting you to tag along and keep me company. And I am more than willing to pay the price of a hamburger for your company. And maybe next time you'll say to me, hey, let's go get a hamburger. And you pay for my hamburger. Like, is that not the way it's supposed to be? Like, for sure, if you have money, you can be like, nah, I got it, I'm good. You know, and okay, good, we'll each pay for ourselves. But when I ask you out to eat, I'm not expecting money to come out of your wallet because there's a really good chance you ain't got it. Yeah, exactly. If I won't invite somebody out to eat if I do not have the financial means to cover both meals. I just won't do it. I'll be like, you want to come to my house for dinner? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna, if I can't financially cover for both of us, just in case, because I know how tight it is, I'm not inviting you. That's, oh, what the hell is her name? I've run into her already once. I'm not hopping. What the hell is her name? I don't know why I went with sheep instead of normals, because probably wouldn't have been easier. It's Eunice. Yeah. See, Eunice is not the sheep that I will take. I will take Stella. But I won't take Eunice. Which is really funny because I cannot explain to you how much I despise the color pink. And Stella is the only sheep I'll take over Ellie. And she's pink. But she has my mama's name. And my mom is very much a girly girl. So it fits. She's pink. Like, it's okay, I can survive it. It's my mama. Hi. I don't know why I keep seeing the native guy. I can't remember his name. But he's the guy who does skits with himself. He plays all three of the brothers or all of the friends or whatever. And I really like his skits. He did one where they're all standing around talking. They're like, oh, so-and-so needs some help. And one of them goes, oh, yeah, I'll give 20. The other one goes, I'll give 20. And then they look at the third friend, and he's like, I'll give $3. They're like, really? That's cheap as hell. What the heck? Why are you being so cheap? And then the fourth friend goes, I got 100. And they're like, oh, hey, that's really helpful because that's not for you. It's for him. And he's talking about the friend that only had $3 to give. He goes, y'all ain't going to miss those $20, but that was your last $3, wasn't it? And he goes, yeah. He goes, well, I got 100 right here for you. Go take care of what you need to do. And he's like, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get change and then we can help Jules together. I'm using your name, Jules. I'm sorry. I can see it. But like the point being, he immediately went and broke the 100 to donate to the friend that needed help. And I was like, that is so true. I've lived below the poverty line my entire life. My entire life. And I've dated outside of that range. I dated a guy who literally lived next door to the Kennedys for quite a while. So I've seen both sides of this socioeconomic divide at the extremes. Like, I don't think I've ever been around middle class people, but I've been at the two extremes. And if I were to not come out of my house in my old neighborhood for 3 or 4 days, I would have somebody knocking on my door. Auntie, are you okay in there? Mama sent me to check on you. Auntie, are you feeling okay? Do you need anything? Have never met them. You know what I mean? But they know that I'm missing, so they're going to come check. And I watched a mower guy. This man used to have the nicest house on the block, and 15 years ago, something happened and he just stopped with the upkeep. He had the most beautiful pool. He had the best yard. Like, literally, his neighbors were all like, yeah, he had the best. He would give out full-size candy bars at Halloween, and something must have happened. Okay, but it's been 15 years. Why didn't you ask him what happened? Nobody went over to check on him? And it took 2 days. The guy who does the free mows called in a friend who does them in another state, and that guy came up to help. One of the neighbors came and helped the entire 2 days. Like, the guy's direct neighbor came over and he worked the full 2 days with these two guys. And then other people from the neighborhood would come to help too. You guys, when they cleaned out his backyard, he had a big wooden play set in his yard. And when they got there, you couldn't even see his house. He had to crawl through bushes to try to find the front door. And the neighbor thankfully had his phone number, called the gentleman who lives there still, and said, hey, can they do this for you? It's free. They just want to help out. I think I was like, yeah, that's fine. And all I could think was 15 years. And nobody in the neighborhood thought anything but, oh God, it's just turning into an eyesore. If it's an old man, did he have grandchildren? If it's a prime of life man, why did nobody notice? It's been 15 years. Why didn't somebody go knock on that door and ask how he was? Why didn't somebody say, hey, it looks like this is getting away from you, bud. Can I give you some help? Like, I could go 3 days and I got people, I don't know, banging on my door making sure I'm alive. And this is the upper class area. He's like, I've never been asked to do this in a neighborhood this nice. And I cried when I saw that, because you know something happened to that man's family, and that's why he gave up. Something happened. He lost kids or grandkids somewhere. I was just like, but on the plus side, the neighborhood is like, once you've got it done, I've got teenagers right here, ready, willing, and able to mow, to keep up. You know, we're gonna stay on top of this. And underneath the YouTube video, somebody from the neighborhood posted 8 months later, yeah, we're still keeping up with his yard. It still looks good. I was like, good. At least now y'all got your heads out of your asses. Be nice. Is it not so much to... It's easy to say thoughts and prayers. It's easy to say have faith. But that comes with a very distinct faith without works is dead. And too many people have faith and don't know how to do the works. And that really bothers me. And I'm not even Christian, and that bothers me. Like it's a very important subject to me. Like, help your neighbors. Maybe it's because I'm Alaskan. Like, I can't imagine. Like, I know that my neighbor on my right. I live on my PCA's property. The neighbor on my right, her baby daddy has one arm and drives a cab, and she's with somebody else now. That's why she's living to the right of us. But if something happened to him, she knows I ride in his cab sometimes. I've never seen this chick in my life. I just talked to baby daddy. He's like, oh yeah, I know where you live. You're right next door to my baby mama. And I was like, oh, y'all still get along? He goes, yeah. He goes, it just didn't work out. She's got a great guy. We've got the baby together, blah, blah, blah. You know, he talks her up, says she's a wonderful person. And he's got a few issues that make it hard to live with him other than the fact that he's missing an arm. And he knows that and he acknowledges that. And he was like, she did what was best for everybody. But if something happened to him, she would show up at my door to be like, hey, you know, Gerald, something happened to Gerald, because she knows I live here. Even though we've never seen each other other than to see her walking up and down the road with the kids. Like, we've never said anything to each other besides, you know, just the wave, hi, like you do with your neighbors. But she knows that that would matter to me because I know him. And I would have no other way of knowing. Ava, you're beautiful, but you're not my elephant. Or my sheep. And we have community here online of sorts with our chats and with our talkings, and it's always nice to go to see a new streamer and then to see a name you know in chat and you're like, oh, okay, I've got good taste because so and so is here, so this person must be awesome. You know what I mean? So it helps because you know somebody in chat. But how many of us have it set up so that if something happened to us, our chats would know what happened to us? Because I've had people just vanish into the ether. I used to play text games, MUDs. I'm old, I'm sorry. And I had a guy who played my character's older brother. I was the baby sister of the family. There was 3 siblings. Galdrion, Perseon, and Dessa. Because I am so creative when it comes to my names. And one day, and Galdrion was a long haul truck driver. Offline. And we knew that. He would play in his truck with us. And one night he was supposed to log in. And he didn't, and he never logged in again. And I grew up with truckers. And I thought, this is not good. And because I grew up with truckers, I knew the basic routes he drove. Nobody else knew the routes really. Man, I told you no like 10 times. I don't even think you're cute anymore at this point. And there had been a 37 car pileup on the highway that he was on that night. And we didn't know his legal name, so we couldn't like look at the list of names. But I could look at the list and see that there were 18 semis involved in that accident. And pretty much bet he had been in one of them and did not survive. And it was horrible because we had no way of knowing for sure. And I still don't have that closure, and it still bothers me because he was essentially my big brother for like 8 years. In my formative years, no less. And so, after that, like, if something happened to me, my son would immediately go on my Discord and message every friend I have in my Discord, because I only have like 8 of them, 8 or 12 of them. Honey and Ido are 2 of them. So Honey and Ido would immediately find out, hey, Mom's in the hospital. Something happened to Mom. Mom, you know, like, she didn't just vanish. It's not that she doesn't love you guys. This happened. She wanted you to know because you're more than just words on a screen. And I have very much, because it happened to me, I don't ever want that to happen to somebody else. And that way, if something, like if I'm not talking to you, but I'm still around, it's because I don't like you. It really just comes down to that. I don't have the patience to put up with it. But I'm also one of those people who I'll only stick my hand out so many times and be the person who starts the conversation so many times. And then I stop starting the conversation, and like a year or so, people are like, well, how come we don't talk anymore? Well, because I stopped starting the conversations. That's why. Oh, honey, I can't take you. It's not an all bear island, but you're adorable, and I love you forever. You're coming when I do. Ooh, hey. Recipe. Oh, and it's one I don't even know. Even better. And people get busy, and people, don't notice that you're always starting the conversation because they see it as, oh, we're always talking. Yes. But the other person always has to be the person to start the conversation. And that will eventually lead to them going, I don't matter enough to, it was. I love Olive and Maple in June. I love all the little baby bears. I don't even mind Beryl. That's the worst part. He's not cute. But I don't even mind Beryl that much because he is still a cub. And he reminds me very much of the little uncle that will, he's been called Papito his entire life because he's super short. But you can call him in the middle of the night and be like, Uncle Mio, I need you. I'm stuck on the side of the road. And he'll get out of bed and come rescue you. You know what I mean? So he's kind of dusty looking. He's kind of cringe. He's the backyard mechanic that can fix every car. Like, he'll just look at it and go, you're fixed, and it'll run perfectly. That type of person. So that's who Beryl reminds me of. The uncle you call when you need help right now, and he's not going to even ask why until he gets you in his car. Because everybody else is like, what do you need help with? Well, I'm busy. Well, I'm tired. And he's just like, I'm on my way. I'll come get you right now. But he is very creepy looking. But he's not as creepy as Beryl or Claus. Or, Beardo or Claus, so. He wins on that. I'm sorry. That wasn't very cozy discussions, but it hit my head. Needed to be said. My dog is very mad at me because I put him out right before I started. What, your car died? Or somebody called you for a rescue? My PCA and I go out on what we called Operation Save a Ho. I didn't want to do that. It's because her daughter will call from 3 towns away and be like, can you come pick me up? I want to come home. After she's been gone for like 2 weeks. It'll be middle of the night. Christine will come out. I'm going on Operation Save a Ho. You want to come? Yep. And I'll hop out of the trailer and ride with her. Come on, Ellie. Stop screwing around. Oh my god, I've been in that position. My mom and stepdad used to live in Alaska too. And my mom gets horrible nosebleeds. Like they have to cauterize her nose and stuff. And she went to the hospital down here and they packed it and told her she had to go up to Anchorage. And they spun out and slid across the highway as they came into Anchorage, crashed the car. Somebody hit them. Or almost hit them, and my dad, like, jerked. I called my old Sunday school teacher from when I was a little girl, who is now the wife of the pastor in Anchorage, and I was, like, in hysterics. My mom is up there, and I can't get to her. She's like, it's okay, we'll take care of it. They did, but... But you had someone you could call and help, right? It wasn't just, I'm calling random Bob at the towing company? My dog is acting like it's a very hot day here. Did you have somebody you could call, though, with the phone? That's a far more important... Hey, Dandy. Welcome to the stream, sweetheart. We're hunting for Ellie for another 28 minutes. And that is not Ellie. I'm ready to go home. Yeah, my phone has my PCA's phone number. It says Christina, Christina Ice 1, I think is what it says. Let me look. And then it has my son's number. Has James Son Ice 2. And that's because they can call them first. There's no point in them trying to call my mom. She won't answer if she doesn't recognize your phone number. Oh, Christina Ice first, Mom Ice second, James Phillips Ice third son. So they call my PCA before they call anybody else in case of emergency. Don't you love neighbor boys? They're the best. We call them minions over here. My PCA has a son who's 16, 17, right around there. And he has a whole coterie of people that hang out with him over here at this house. And we just called them the minions. And he's been in military school, which he wanted to do, mind you. He chose to go and applied to the military school in Anchorage, Wasilla, whatever, up there. And for 6 months. And he's coming home the 18th. He graduates the 18th. But his little minions, we've had to call them 4 or 5 different times while he's been up there. Hey, can you come help us? My Marshall is the king minion. He's the best neighbor boy ever. Right? Don't you hate that? Call who? They're not in my phone. Oh, I hate this one. Ava, again. I hate the sound because it's hard to see who it is really quick. You're like, Dad, I don't even know who that is. I can't help you. How old is your dad? Oh, Lord. How old is your dad? Oh, yeah, see, you know, my mom's 75, you know. I'm like, I can't do this. My poppy passed away a couple years ago, so now she doesn't even have him taking care of her anymore. He was like 82, I think, somewhere in there. He'd been around since I was 9. I think he qualifies. But yeah, and my mom lives in Michigan. Like, to the point, you know who Meredith is? I got Meredith. My mom was in the hospital over Mother's Day. And I touched base with Meredith because Meredith lives in the same town. Like, in the same, very close vicinity. My mom lives in one of the suburbs of the big city. And I was like, would you take my mommy flowers for Mother's Day, please? She did, with her friend. I was like, thank you. She took her carnations for me. Because I couldn't get there. I'm trying to get her to move home to Alaska, so she's at least within reach. Like, my stepdad moved her down there specifically because her sister lives there. He moved her 6 hours from her sister. Oh, damn. That's hard. I don't have one of those yet, but they keep talking about it. I've got a rollator and a cane right now. Yeah, she did. She took her flowers. My mom was so excited. She's like, do you have her address so I can send her a thank you note? I was like, no, and I'm not asking her for it either. That's kind of creepy online, Mom. I'll just pass on your thank yous. But like, if something serious happened and I had to fly in and my mom was in a hospital, like, completely, I would have to ask Meredith to pick me up at the airport or something, because I'm legally blind. I can't drive. They don't like me driving. They get very discombobulated if I try. But I didn't even know she lived there until my mom was flying back from Texas, where she went and visited her boyfriend. Her boyfriend she's had off and on since high school. Very much off when she was married to my stepdaddy, but they got back in touch. And he lives in Texas. So she went down to spend a week down there with him and got to see all the sights and eat Texas barbecue and all this. And there was a huge storm and they were canceling flights. And I was terrified because my mom was flying in to Madison, and I'm like, I don't even know if she can. That winter storm is coming. What's going to happen? I have no way of contacting her. And I was freaking out in April's chat, somebody's chat. And Meredith was like, no, I live here. It's fine. She can land. And I was like, okay. Because she hadn't texted me. I landed, I got home, and it was well past when her plane should have landed, because I creeped the air sites. You know, okay, which flights are coming in from Texas? When are they supposed to land? You know, like, even if she was on the last one, she should have been home by now, and she didn't answer. And so finally I called her at like 2 a.m. my time, which is thankfully like 6 a.m. hers. Where are you, and are you home? Oh yeah, I'm home. I just forgot to tell you. Kill you in your sleep. And then I just found out a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I thought she was still in the hospital because she never told me she was home. She just kept telling me, oh yeah, they want to test me for this. They got to do these tests for that. They got to do this, that, and the other. So I'm thinking she's still in the hospital. Found out last week or the week before, she was only in the hospital for 7 days, and I thought she'd been in there for like 3 weeks, which would not have been the first time, which is why I thought it. I was like, is there a reason you didn't tell me you were home? And I had her on speakerphone. And I was sitting in the passenger seat of my friend's car giving her a ration about it. Because I was like, you left me worried for 3 weeks, thinking you're in the hospital dying. And you're home the whole time. And my friend comes back from filling out, she was like filling out application or turning in a resume or something. She goes, who are you yelling at? I was like, my mother. And she goes, you don't yell at your mother. And I said, she deserves it. My mom is laughing hysterically on the phone. She's like, is that Christina? I was like, no, it's Susan. And you're still in trouble. You're supposed to tell me. Damn it. She's lucky I didn't call the hospital for an update, but she was texting me so frequently, like every couple days, so I didn't call. Because I'm in her paperwork that if I call the hospital, they have to give me an update. If I called that hospital thinking she was still there and she wasn't, oh, her ears would have been ringing. You are too old to leave me worried. That's not fair. And it doesn't help that she doesn't look her age. Like, you're not going to assume that she's 75. If you saw my mom, you would think she was in her mid-50s. She's got another few years, and then she's going to look 500. The native skin is very much present in my mother. Not in coloration, but in composition. She's always looked 20 or 30 years younger than she is. And she has very few lines on her face. And she's had multiple strokes. So if you look at her face and she's in a picture, you can see that the left side of her lips kind of sag and the left side of her left eye kind of sags at the corner. But if you see her animated and you see her in person, you can't tell. You cannot tell that that's happened to her. And she's had at least 4 major strokes. Not counting her TIA. She has had hundreds of TIAs. Yeah. My oldest son doesn't like to go out with me, like, to dinners anymore, because the last time we went out to dinner, somebody called his wife to say, did you know James is out with another woman? And Zena was like, yeah, that's his mom. He was so embarrassed. I was laughing so hard. I have silver in my hair. What were they thinking? But whoever was obviously didn't get close enough to see the silver in my hair. They just saw the female body and the face. But it was he was so embarrassed. So now when we go out, I take him out for lunch for his birthday every year. And he tries to make a point of coming to see me on my birthday. Where, mind you, he lives less than 30 miles away. And I see him like twice a year. And now we go through like Taco Bell drive-thru. Which is fine. It doesn't bother me. But his wife was laughing so hard when she told me about it. I cried. I laughed so hard. I was like, my poor baby. Pobrecito. I'll be 50 here in a couple years. You know what's really funny is that wouldn't even have fazed me, because when I was 18, how old was I when I gave birth to him? So when I was 18, I was dating somebody who was 46, and when I was 19, 20, I was dating somebody who was 49. And everybody's like, ew, grooming. No, what happened was I had an IQ that was very, very high. I could not mentally understand people my age. Like, that was not my jam. Could not connect with people my age. And so I found really 2 hot silver foxes and pursued them like a rabid raccoon until I wore them down. And my kids were just bonus to me. Yeah, I was born in 78. I'm like 18. I'm 8 months younger than April. April was born in April and I was born in July. So she's 77 in April and like April of 77 and I'm July of 78. So 14 months younger than April. But I feel really old and people are like, that's crazy. But I've had the bones and joints of an 80-year-old woman since I was like 13. So I don't function even like people my age now. Oh, you're almost my mommy's age. Jules. Almost my mommy's age. But I use Grandma Mima because Grandma Dessa because I'm Grandma Phillips now. My Grandma Phillips passed away. And my son called me and said, "You're going to be a grandma." And I was like, "I have to get overalls," which makes no sense to most people, but Grandma Phillips wears overalls. My entire life, my Grandma Phillips wore overalls. Even when she had a pretty dress over them because she was going into town, she still had them on underneath. So I went all over the peninsula so I could find a pair of overalls so I could be Grandma Dessa in my overalls. And I have them, and every time I go see the grandkids, I wear them. Because Grandma Phillips wears overalls. What's that? Dude, we just saw Ava. Yeah, she gives me crap. As soon as she figured out how old I was, that I was younger than her, oh, she gave me a ration for it, man. She's like, "You're not old!" Hi, Ouija! I was like, "Oh, I feel old, honey." And if I live to be my great grandmother's age, wait, great uncle Hap, or great uncle, great Aunt Betty, great uncle Mark. So my great grandma Brown. If I live to be her age, I'm not even halfway through my lifespan. Because if you asked my great uncles and aunts how old she was when she died, they say she was 106. I, however, found her in the Dawes rolls much earlier than that. She died at 114. And people are like, huh? And she had, her first husband was like 26 years older than she was back in the day, which was not uncommon back then. But her last husband was 30 years younger. And she had 5 of them that she married. And after the last one, she's like, "I don't want any more." And we were like, "Grandma, you're freaking 90 years old. Do what you want. You don't need a husband." It was funny. And she kept up with those gentlemen quite well. She wore them out. That's why they died, we're convinced. She was a hoot. But if the official age is 106. But she's listed in the Dawes rolls as being, I think she was listed at like 6 or 7, which would have made her 114 when she passed. I mean, there's a chance there was another anime out there, but doubtful. I want to fly. You guys, everybody who's joining right now, I'm only here for another like 8 plus 5 minutes. And then we will be going over to Ido's if he's up and ready. Because I go to Ido at 3 my time, and it's 2:43. We were just here for an hour trying to find Ellie, and we're not having any success, but at least we're trying. You know what? I'm gonna go. Did this do? Hang on. Give me 1 second. I'm checking something. Um. Okay, we'll just say public. Okay. Ah, what's going on? Why are you still going? You're not supposed to still be going. Ugh. Side projects, you fail. My side projects was still streaming in the background. I just had it on mute for some reason. I thought I had turned it off. Lavender, I don't know if that video wasn't showing up because I had it as unlisted, even though I set it to my intro video. So I took it to public so that you can find it if nothing else. Okay, enjoy feeding your doggy. If you want to come over to Ido later, you totally could. We're gonna be doing Wheel of Fortune, and he's probably gonna do Red Dead after. I'm so glad you came, Ouija. Thank you. Have fun, Jules. But yeah, I just told it to just publish it right now, Lav, just in case it wasn't showing up as the intro video. Because I had it set to unlisted specifically so it would only be there up on the top. But I don't know. I don't know enough about YouTube. Saving, do not touch. So I'm playing Pokemon Violet again, and I'm making it as like a video series, and I have to catch every Pokemon in the zone before I move on because I'm anal that way. And I thought there were only like 12 Pokemon in South Province Area 1. There was 37. So I found a list so I can track the Pokemon I need by route. And now I have to go into it again and like go through who I've got and mark it off on the list. But it also, if you've already caught it on one route, it doesn't show them on the other routes they could be on anymore because you don't need them anymore. You already have them. So that makes me kind of happy. I want to fly. I use a pneumato kit. Oh, okay. That's fine too. Tell Stacy we said hi. I gotta make a point of going to Beacon. I gotta go make a point of going to next stream tonight because somebody gifted me a membership and I've been watching other things at night, and so I haven't been going to next stream at night. But I'm pretty sure he's probably playing Pokemon again with the new stuff. Oh, hi Flurry. You're not the right person. I'm ready to go home. Let's see. Chill night. There's no point in waiting here because it's not going to be there. Okay. Alright. Yes. Can you guys hear my dog? He hasn't progressed to the point where he's singing the song of his people yet. So I'm not too concerned. But he's not a huge fan of the outdoors. There's bugs and dirt out there, and he's not a fan. But it's sunny, and he's got little sore joints, and he could just sit in the sun for a little bit. It's not going to hurt him. Got a walker who need rings over. Whee. What would dodos do? You know, I'm thinking about doing... Lavender, tell me what you think. I'm thinking about including... We just literally were on this island with her. I thought you threw away your maps. What is this shenanigans, sir? Anyway, Lavender, I was thinking about doing something I used to do when I worked retail. Of doing a fact of the day for streams. And being like, okay, this is the fact of the day. And it's like weird historical facts, or where does bubblegum come from, or all of Santa's reindeer were female. Things like that. What do you think? Ooh, which one? I'm done in 3 minutes, little mama. So, just so you know, in 3 minutes I'm done. I'm glad you were here too. I haven't been doing late night streams. I've been doing these midday ones mostly. Because, if I run it at night and they're trying to watch TV in the house, they can't. And they'll text me and be like, "Can you reset the router?" I'm just like, yeah, and I'll just end the stream. Be like, "Okay, try now." Oops. Ellie. You don't exist. Ellie doesn't exist. Sad. Alright, I know. Are you starting? Did he post and say he wasn't doing it today? That was yesterday. Is today Thursday? Yes. Okay. Nope, he's not. Okay. Refresh. Is him live? No, him not live. Okay. I'm ready to go. Alright, my lovelies. We're gonna wrap up as I fly home. Thank you for coming to my stream. I appreciate you all, each and every one of you. Lavender and Jules and Ouija and Brandy? Baby girl, I've forgotten your name. You came in Dandy. That was close. And Shiloh. I appreciate all of you for coming. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you guys on the flip side. Love you. Bye bye.